All right, so my friends and I laugh. A couple of my really close girlfriends, whenever we say something or do something other one doesn't agree with or like, we say, "I'm judging you." And so I thought I'd start maybe a new YouTube segment called "I'm Judging You." First up, people that drive sports cars or sporty cars with automatic transmissions. I'm judging you pretty hard. Cars on my list include all the people with BMW or BMW 3 Series, especially M3s, but 3 Series in general. Whether it's a coupe, a sedan, that is like one of the best cars under 40,000, and it's best with a stick. You need to be driving, learn how to drive a stick. It's not that hard. Stop texting or tweeting or talking on the phone or reading the newspaper. Learn how to drive stick. Infiniti G Series, Mustangs, Camaros, GTIs. You know, there are a bunch of cars out there that have incredible stick transmissions, and I would die to own a bunch of them. And Mazda 3s. I test drove one. Great transmission. Mazda Miata. GTIs, even my Jetta. I bought it stick because I only drive stick. I had one automatic GTI and a turbo diesel Beetle. If you've got a turbo diesel, I can understand getting an automatic. But manual transmissions, they save money. They're better on gas almost across the board. Usually, if you find an automatic that's has better gas mileage than a stick, usually it's because the automatic is a 6-speed and the stick is a 5-speed. But usually, manual transmissions save you money and gas. Who doesn't want that? So learn how to drive stick, especially with a sports car. I can't stand people with 911s or Boxsters. My mom had a Boxster and it had a automatic transmission, and bless her heart, she's getting up there in age, and she was like, I can't be bothered. But if you're young and you have a sporty car, get a stick, learn how to drive it. I judge you. Next one on the list, gay Republicans or bi Republicans. Basically those who have sex with members of the same sex or transsexuals, but who are against LGBT equality. This comes up, it seems like every month. I know it's not actually every month, but it seems like every month there's an anti-gay GOP politician who is on the record voting against marriage equality or anti-discrimination legislation or any other number of protections for us LGBT people, but they get caught in a gay sex scandal, and it drives me mental. It's so hypocritical that these people who are saying, it's an abomination, marriage is between one man and one woman, they don't deserve special protections. There's a big thing going on in Minnesota about, in schools, about protections for LGBT students. And this Minnesota school district that is, I think, in Michelle Bachmann's district, has this rule where teachers are literally not allowed to be supportive of LGBT students because it's seen as, promoting a lifestyle, which I think it's just an anti-bullying thing that teachers do, and they're like, no, you'll get through this and things will get better. But there was today, it came out, this anti-gay GOP legislator from a state legislature. I don't even remember what state it was. I want to say somewhere in the Midwest. But I literally just read the headline and my eyes rolled and I thought, of course he did. Basically this GOP guy who had voted, let's see, I think I posted it on Facebook, who had voted against, no, I don't work at the Genius Bar, who had voted against marriage equality, and yeah, I can't find it right away. But anyways, voted against marriage equality, and then now he's in a sex scandal. He was trolling Craigslist looking for a male escort, and basically they have these emails where he's basically propositioning this male prostitute for gay sex. And I don't have a problem with gay Republicans. So let me take back what I said a few minutes ago. I don't have a problem with gay Republicans. The log cabin Republicans have actually been instrumental in the Don't Ask, Don't Tell court proceedings that have gone along with the repeal. So I like some gay Republicans. There are some really good ones out there. There are some really bad ones out there. The members of Go Proud who just added Ann Coulter to their board of trustees or their oversight board, basically saying she's some kind of gay icon. We must stop supporting people who only want to tear us down as a community. And that, I'm not saying that you should ask for somebody's voter ID card before you hook up with them, but I'm saying, it just drives me nuts. And I wish we were a country where people had a better idea about sexuality. We have a very bipolar view on sexuality where it's like you're either gay or you're straight. And the LGBT community is to blame on some of this because, even within the gay community, we look upon bisexuals as kind of these weird people. We're like, so you sleep with girls, but you also sleep with guys. And so sometimes people in the community, my community, I'm a part of it, there's this suspicion that, they're doing it to pass. And there are people out there who are having sex with people of both genders who not only passively pass, but actively pass. There are tons of people in the closet who are, obviously conservative people who are married or in relationships or dating women who are having sex with men. And I have a problem with that because, well, you're cheating on your spouse or your girlfriend, or if you're a girl and you're doing it with your boyfriend. I think the same rules apply. I think, if you want to experiment with somebody of the same sex, then that's something that, you should feel free to do. But if you're in a relationship, you need to be honest with that person and be like, look, can we take a break for a little while and I need to figure this out? Or, there are some people who literally have an understanding with their partner that, you can go have sex with a guy and it doesn't really affect your relationship. And that's fantastic. But I have problems when you're lying and being deceitful about it. And I have a problem with anti-gay politicians who then think they're going to get some gay nookie and there's not going to be a problem. It pisses me off. It's like, so you're basically demeaning who I am and actually actively enacting pieces of legislation that reduce protections and reduce my rights, but then you're going up and hooking up on the side. And it pisses me off because it's not fair. I mean, it comes down to it not being fair. And I judge them. And, it's one of those things that I think partly to blame is our society where, especially in past generations, there was no support for LGBT people. So even if you were gay, like 100% gay, you got married to a woman. And I think we're getting to the point where maybe that's not going to happen. Maybe young people have a better idea about their sexuality and they're better able to make those choices and decisions regarding relationships. But I judge them. And I don't feel bad. I feel bad for the wives. I don't feel bad for the men, clearly, who are, I feel as though adultery is awful no matter who's involved. But when you add this dimension of somebody who's been hypocritical, who has been working against pro-gay policies, but is having gay sex, or, you know, even if he's never done it and he was just looking and he got caught the first time, which is not usually what happens. But it's just, I judge them so hard. And I don't feel bad for them at all. And whatever. I'm judging them. So be who you are. If you're like, look, I need to be single to figure this out, then do that. Spend the time. You're worth it. But it's not fair to you. It's not fair to the person that you're seeing or the person that you're married to. If you're, you know, presenting yourself as a straight guy, but you're actually having sex with men, and then if you're having sex with men, but enacting anti-gay legislation, then I'm judging you twice as hard. So that was the first edition of I'm Judging You. Let me know what you